when this came before us originally on first reading, I had done a lot of research or spoken to a lot of people about this, but I'm even more concerned about the legality of this, and it troubles me. I spoke at the last hearing about the families that would suffer from this penalty that would be put on them by having their car impounded and then having to pay $500 for a crime that their co-owner was accused of. But I didn't talk about the more basic civil rights that I think are being infringed on with this ordinance. So I wanted to mention a few of those things before I vote against it. I think that the due process here is just not there. You're arrested. You are judged and penalized at the same time by the police department, and your hearing would be scheduled later. And I think that the fact that we're putting this hefty penalty on getting your car back is actually an incentive for our police officers to arrest more people. So I think there's a little bit of a problem with that. And the other thing that I think I didn't realize before we voted the last time, but is more troubling, is that the ordinance we had in place that allowed these cars to be impounded in the first place has been in court for years and was overturned recently. And so we're talking about something that, you know, is more restrictive, I think, goes further with the new ordinance, which may not stand up to a legal challenge, and which, as a revenue generator, may also end up costing us in the cost of legal costs of defending it. So I can't support it.
Anyone else?
Sure. I'm going to support the motion, but I just want to go right on the record that as I stated before, and that is I strongly believe that it's a public safety issue, and that I want to see some, at least at minimum, some of these funds going to TPD, trust fund for public safety purposes, and vote it down. I still believe we should go in, some of these funds should go in TPD, trust fund for public safety issue, and not into the general revenue fund. Hundreds of thousands of dollars will be generated by this ordinance being passed, and because of the public safety issue, the citizens deserve the right to have some of these dollars channeled back into public safety costs. And I'm sad that the ordinance was voted down, but I just want to go on record at this point and say I hope somewhere the legal department and the city administration will ensure that some of these funds that are collected will be utilized for public safety issues. I just want to state that for the record.
Thank you, Mr. Reddick. Anyone else? Let me just say this. When you commit a crime, no matter what kind of crime, someone gets hurt other than the person committing the crime. That person, he or she, commits a crime, has little regard not only for their own life, but for the life of their whole family. So when a car is used in that crime, and that car is impounded, and the cost of that is $500, what happens when a car is used in a bank robbery? What happens when a car is used in a violent way, driving in the city? That individual, he or she, has little regard for the family. I can't solve all the family problems in the city. I can't solve it in the country. But I can give an additional tool to the police department so that these neighborhoods become much cleaner, much brighter, and hopefully that the retail market of fire and police department. But unfortunately, that's the way society's gone, and it's not the changing of the time. Time never changes. Only the people change. Thanks very much, and I'll be supportive of yours. Ms. Capri.
Sorry, you didn't see me before. Thank you, Mr. Chair. One of the things that when I ran for this office was to support policies that promote safe and prosperous neighborhoods. That's what I intend to do. Neighborhood residents have civil rights too. They have a right to live in a safe environment that fosters a friendly place for families to live and work and raise their children. When you have neighborhoods that have been invaded by armed drug dealers, pimps, prostitutes, it's a far, far fetch from the tree-lined middle and upper income areas of our city. And to reiterate, if you allow someone to borrow your vehicle, even for insurance purposes, they are in an accident, you as the owner, and they are found at fault, you as the owner are liable. And likewise, under this ordinance, if someone allows a friend or family member to use their car and they are caught soliciting drugs or prostitution, the car owner will be responsible or will have responsibility. And again, you run a red light, you cause an accident, you get a speeding ticket. It impacts your family. I want to say that I had a conversation with Chief Castor, and she told me that this ordinance is one that has proven effective. And our legal staff also tells me that it is constitutional. And unless a judge says otherwise, I will rely on their expert advice, and I will be voting for this ordinance. Thank you.
Any other council members? Okay, this is the second reading. Vote and record item number 62.
Motion carried with Mulhern voting no.
Okay, item number 63. Anyone in the audience here speak on item number 63?
Hello, my name is John Briggs. I reside at 2504 West North K Street. I'm here on item 64. I represent the North Hyde Park homeowners.
We're at 63.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you said 64.